Hi, friends. It's time for another Azban story. This one is Azban's Honey Dance. Now, after some time has passed, Azban's foot was feeling better by walking along the edge of the cool water of the Quinnitguk River. As always, he began to get hungry. Asben was too tired to go fishing and had his fill of crawfish anyway. He was craving something sweet, but knew that maple sugar season was a long way off. Just then, up above the bank of the river, he heard a noise. Aspen could not figure out what it was, so he climbed up the river bank to get a better look. The noise became louder and louder, and in one of the ash trees, Aspen realized the noise was the sound of hundreds of warrior honeybees. Busy about their work, they gathered pollen and brought it back to the hive. Just thinking about all that sweet, delicious honey made Aspen's mouth water. But he sat there watching the bees and thought to himself, these silly bees waste too much of their time working. I think I'm going to climb up this tree and have a talk with the bees. They work far too hard, said Azban. Then if I can distract them, I can get my hands on some yummy honey. So Asban started to climb their tree, but did not make it halfway up before two of the bee warriors flew down to him. Great, thought Asban. I won't even have to waste my energy climbing all the way up. Stop where you are, yelled one of the bees. Do not come any closer. If you do, you will be attacked, said the other. Aspen stopped right where he was and said, Whoa, you must have me confused with Awasus, the bear. He is the one who is constantly raiding your village. I am here as a friend. No need to be rude. This is your last warning, said the bee. Climb back down and you won't get hurt. Asban began to climb down the tree and said, You know, you bees work way too hard. Why don't you take a break and enjoy this nice day? There's a great spot down by the river. I can show you. The bee replied, We do not have time to take a break. There are far too many flowers that need to be visited and pollen to be collected. Work, work, work. What do you guys do for fun? Asked Asban. This is fun for us, said the bees. Aspen started to walk away defeated, and then he noticed over in the bush Awasus was sitting watching the entire time. Aspen thought to himself, I'm going to get that honey and have a little fun with Awasus while doing it. Aspen looked back over his shoulder to make sure the bees were not watching him anymore. They had already gone back to work gathering pollen and carrying it to the hive. Then he scurried over to the bushes where Awasus the bear was watching. But when he got there, Awasus growled, What do you want, Azban? I am busy. Hey, why is everyone around here so rude and so busy? Asked Azban. Just keep moving on down the river before I change my lunch plans from honey to raccoon, said Awasus. Well, I guess I'll just have to keep the plan of how I get all that honey to myself, said Azban. Wait, said Bear. What are you talking about? Well, I did notice how I got up. Well, did you notice how I got up the tree without being stung by the bees? And did you also notice that those bees just froze there when they came down to investigate me? Asked Asman. Yes, actually I did. How did you do it? Asked Awasus. Well, it's a secret, said Asban, but I would be willing to share it with you if you would be willing to share their honey with me. Now Awasus was beginning to get excited because he was hungry and really wanted some honey. Sure, said Awasus. I will let you have whatever is left when I am done. That's going to have to be good enough for me, replied Azban, and the deal was struck between Azban and Awasus. Azban began to explain to Awasus that the secret to getting the honey from the bees without being stung is to sing the honey song. The honey song? Asked Bear. Yes, the honey song, replied Azban. You have to approach the hive from the front and sing, Hey, hey, ho, ho, honey bees, you must know I am here to eat. It is no great feat. I'll leave you hive nice and neat. You must sing this while dancing around. The bees will be mesmerized, and then you can climb up the tree with no problem. Grab all the honey you can and walk away, filling your stomach without ever getting stung. Azban continued. But first you have to let me get halfway up the tree and whisper the song to them. Then I will run away, and you can start singing. Yes, let's do it, replied Awasus, thinking only of the golden honey. At this reply, Azban ran up the tree and got halfway up the tree again before the two warrior bees came flying at him again. Wait, said Azban, I'm here to warn you. Bear has gone crazy. He is running around singing and dancing how he's going to raid your village and eat all of your honey. He will be here any minute, said Azban, and then climbed back down the tree and around the back of the tree where he grabbed a large branch and waited. When Awazu saw this, he came out of the bushes and began singing and dancing as loud as he could. Hey, hey, ho, ho, honey bees, you must know I am here to eat. It is no great feat. I'll leave your hive nice and neat. Azban was leaning against the tree, laughing so hard that he could barely breathe. At the sight and sound of Awazus, the bees gave out a great war cry, yelling, Warriors, our great enemy Awazus is coming to destroy our village. We must defend it now. All of the bees rushed out of the hive and attacked Awazus. Azban reached up with a stick and swatted down the hive. He grabbed the honeycombs and took off down the riverbank. When he looked back, he saw Awazus being attacked and stung by all the bees. Awazus was running and whimpering and trying to get away, and as he ran, Awazus yelled, Raccoon! Later, as Azban walked down along the river, he shook his head and thought, Foolish Awazus, he fell for my trick again. Then he yelled over his shoulder, Thanks for lunch, Awazus. We should do this again sometime.